See, I was supposed to be the one singing that song.
Well, what happened?
Well, it got cut, you know.
Oh, okay.
But today, we're here on the Russ Meek Speaks show. And Mr. Blair here, I have an honored guest here, Mr. Ford, who's going to be talking about his options and what he wants to do here in the state of Illinois. He's been actually recommended to take a House seat, the U.S. House seat, by Danny Davis, who's going to be leaving his position and retiring. So right now he wants the Shawn Ford to step into the seat and make this work. And LaShawn, tell me what you're going to do, how we're going to make this happen, and what people need to do.
Well, thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate the airtime and letting me get the message out about our campaign for Congress.
Okay.
You know, it's a real honor to be running for Congress of the United States of America after serving as a state representative for 19 years, working on issues that were pretty much connected to issues that were important to Congressman Davis. Right. And that's health care, that's criminal justice reform, that's also building up a community and making sure that people that we see that's feeling left out, voiceless, that we lift their voices up. Mm-hmm. That's what I've done for 19 years, listening to the community, delivering results in criminal justice and healthcare and education.
Okay. So you've been on the streets. You've been out there talking with people, voting with people who are here in Illinois. We're talking about Illinois. Right now, you represent Illinois. You were born and raised here, came out of interesting elements, some places around my old neighborhood. So hey, I know that you can survive. You came out to make things happen. And you went to some pretty good schools around here. And right now you want to make this work for everybody in Illinois and throughout the country. So you want to make this happen. So my question to you is, why you, as opposed to the other 19 people trying to get in the slate to be the replacements for Danny? Why should they look to LaShawn Ford to make this happen?
Well, I'm grateful that Congressman Davis, who knows the district and the needs of the district in its whole totality, chose me to campaign with and for, to take his place, passing the torch on, but not saying that I'm blessing you with the seat. You still have to run. You still have to win the race.
Right.
And that's commendable because he put his name, he put his legacy behind this campaign. And people in the district ask that he actually select someone that could carry on the work that he's done with the second chance, with helping people with substance use disorders, and making sure that our churches and our faith-based community totally had support in Congress. And so, I mean, I think there's no doubt that the complexity of the 7th Congressional District is the sum of my life. I was born over in Cabrini Green, and by the grace of God, I believe that I've had mercy on my life. I was born there and never met my father, adopted by my grandmother, who invested so much in me, sending me to Catholic grammar school, Catholic high school, then to the seminary. Left the seminary after a year and became a teacher. And so having the ability to do all this and open my own business, run for office as an independent Democrat fighting to win, you know, I think that America is a great place, and I think that every child should have the opportunities and more that I've had, and I'm willing to fight for them.
Of course, being a black man in America.
You know, you got to add that on because you know, well, you light skinned, I'm a dark skinned. It makes it a little different.
So wait a minute, look at you.
It makes it a little different for a dark skinned brother, but it's beautiful. I got to tell you the grace that God has bestowed upon me to bring me to the point to run for Congress.
Got it. I mean, I think you're a sharp guy, some things you can do, but my question to you is, how can you really make a difference? If we put you into this House seat, how are you going to go to Congress and make a change?
Well, it starts by building your army, making sure, one, that you organize the 7th Congressional District. It's such a powerful district with the medical community, with the financial institution, and all the community-based organizations and businesses out here. We have to organize those organizations so that we can have a powerful, unified district to help the communities at large.
Okay.
And so organizing is critical when you're elected. You could go to Washington to pass bills and fight for legislation, but I think that you have to build an army to be successful. And you have to be able to work collaboratively. And I've been able to do that for 19 years. There are people in this race that was elected, got voted out of office because they don't know how to work with people. And I've been able to get things done in Springfield. And that's why Congressman Davis supports me. That's why the Speaker of the House supports me. That's why Bobby Rush supports me. That's why we even have Senator Roland Burst, the U.S. Senator Roland Burst. We even have the former Secretary of State, Jesse White, and about 40 other state representatives and other aldermen and village presidents. They know that with my election, we all go to Washington to fight to bring resources back to the 7th Congressional District.
Okay. So question, you've run for a few seats in your past, run once for mayor and a few other situations. What's the ultimate seat that you really want to have?
Well, the buck stops with Congress.
Okay.
The buck stops with Congress. I think that it gives us an opportunity to protect health care in America, take it away from the Republicans' hands and finally get a health care system that's affordable for all Americans. That's a must. That's a fight that we have to have, and that's a win that we have to have for America. We also have to make sure that we protect Medicare and expand Social Security. We have to take care of our seniors in this country.
Especially with our demographics right now. We're basically looking at the baby boomers that are going to hit the limits right now, going to maximize medical expenses. So how are we going to keep these guys alive?
You know what? We have to make sure that we recognize that there's a zero-sum game. We're either going to take care of billionaires and stop making more billionaires and creeping into making trillionaires, or we're going to use America to help people. We're going to use America's government to help people with health care, to help people with Social Security benefits, to help people that want to go to college, to help people when times are tough, to have SNAP benefits and other safety net programs. It's so important.
What do we do right now? I'm getting the numbers saying that by 2050, we're gone. Social Security will no longer be able to pay out its benefits. What do we do?
Well, we have to get more people in the workforce, that's for sure.
I mean, we can't send them all away.
We have to get more people, we have to get more people in the workforce, and we have to fight back the Republicans' privatization of Social Security. We could protect Social Security in America, but we have to make sure that we have a party and congressional members in the House and Senate and a president that believes that our seniors that help build this country has a right to Social Security.
Got it. Because I've been put on the X list by our current president because I was promoting Republicans for Kamala. And he was like, how can you do this to me? I'm like, look, man, you're not doing the right thing. We need to have things from the Republican Party that work for everybody, not just for you and what you want. So right now, I'm on the Republican Party. I try to promote a lot of different things, but looking for good people to do the right thing. And right now, I'm trying to keep some benefits alive in this country that need to be continued. I definitely support you on the healthcare side. Definitely going to support for the benefits for people with their Social Security and a whole host of other things as people age, because we have our youth that I have a 16-year-old who's going to be living for a lot longer than me. Say, hey, How is this system going to be set up to work for everybody?
Let me tell you, it's unbelievable the amount that we're asking our seniors to live off of and expect them to live with as much dignity as possible. We're talking about almost less than $12,000 a year for their benefits. That's like $900 and less than $1,000 a month. That's ridiculous. And then you take it down even further, that's $230 some a week.
Right.
That is poverty wages. We're talking $5, almost $6 an hour that we expect our seniors that actually rely on that level of Social Security. Of course, there are also seniors that have a better afterlife where they may have a pension and they may have Social Security, but that too, the cost of living hurts them as well. Mm-hmm. You know, so we have to make sure that we recognize that we have seniors that are on a fixed income with one income that's probably less than $12,000 a year, and then you have seniors that have a different level of income, but the inflation and other costs of living attacks them as well. So we need to make sure that our country recognizes that we have to stop the spread of wealth to the billionaires and trillionaires. We have to make sure that our revenue in this country is there to protect the 99%. This Trump administration has increased the wealth of the top 1%.
Yep, focused on the 1%.
That's it.
And that's a big issue that says, hey, a whole host of Americans are not included in his master plan.
And that's not the democracy that anyone, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, should like. Because when I look at the Congress people in Illinois, Congressman Boss, Congressman Miller, those are, and Congressman, we forgot his name, his father was the secretary. But we have 3 Republicans down in Congress right now. And for them to vote for the big ugly bill to give the big tax breaks to the rich, the billionaires, I drive to Springfield when we go down. Okay. I see the needs of the people that live in rural parts of Illinois. They need health care. They need Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act. They need SNAP benefits. They need money to send their kids to college. They can't afford to go to college, just like people in urban Illinois. Everybody's in the same boat. But for some reason, people believe that their best interests lie with Republicans that actually want to see them sink.
Got it. It's a format where I look at this country right now. I look at the Republican Party, which I'm a lifelong Republican.
You're a Republican?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to convert you before the end of the day.
Again, I'm telling you, this is there. But it's a format to say that there's so many good things that can be done for everybody.
Yes.
And it's a matter of understanding how the system works and not to make this work the wrong way. Because right now, for what we're doing right now under the Trump administration, we're terrifying and terribly killing off a number of different areas. But hey, we can only do so much. I had a question also. I have a number of African Americans who basically worked and generated a number of dollars collecting Social Security and things of that nature. And the nice thing about the Social Security system is once they've put in so much money, when they die, Social Security is free. They don't have to pay any more money. We got billions of dollars that did not go to the hands of African Americans who worked very hard to make this happen.
Well, they didn't go to the white people that made it happen, and that's why I believe our Social Security, with the right administration and the right Congress and Senate, we could protect and save Social Security for America.
Got it.
Yeah, and I would tell you that I like our system. Even if we had a third party, I like the fact that we have Democrats and Republicans working together to have the balance. I want to be in, I'd rather have the Democrats in the majority. But I'm going to tell you, some of the best bills that I've worked on and passed in Springfield has been bipartisan. Because when you have both parties working together, it gives you this balance and you lessen unintended consequences. We have to listen to one another to get it done right.
That's the way it works. Now, question, our current governor will be going up for re-election. He wants to get a third term, at least in the governor's seat. But my question is, what do we do with African Americans in the state of Illinois? Right now, is he the right person to make this work for us? Or are we looking for another spin?
Well, I mean, we got him. He's our governor. He helped defeat Bruce Rauner that wrecked our state, that wrecked every county in the state of Illinois. All counties were wrecked by Bruce Rauner.
So you said Rauner didn't do a good job?
Rauner know he didn't do a good job. That's why he even left Illinois. He couldn't even handle his tornado that he did to the state. And so I think that JB is a smart person. I mean, he's a smart person. He listens to the people. Of course, no one's perfect, but he's got the first black lieutenant governor.
Yes.
Now he's bringing in a black lieutenant governor male. Juliana Stratton is his pick. Now he's picking a black man to be the lieutenant governor. I think that if we don't approve of JB's performances and we're not holding his feet accountable, then we should also take some type of responsibility for that as well.
You see, JB gives me a hard time since I sit on the board of the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce. JB's like, I don't go there. Well, JB,
wow.
I'm talking about black business owners in the state of Illinois. We're just saying, we're there, we pay taxes, we need help from time to time. We want to be able to call on you to make this happen.
Our governor don't meet with the Black Illinois Chamber?
He stays away from us.
I know that the Illinois Black Chamber had a good relationship with Bruce Rauner.
Oh yeah, we did, my boy.
Yeah. So I mean but for me, just because you don't want to support me and that we have a pass, it doesn't mean that I can't work with you.
Right. And again, I'm saying there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. I'm just looking for the best route to get things achieved. Just like right now with this 16-year-old, I got to get her ready for college. Right now I'm going to be calling you up to see if I may have her talk to your daughter, because right now she's at Howard, and I'm thinking Howard might not be a bad spot for her to go.
It would be a great spot. My daughter actually told me, let me tell you, so she's going to be graduating from Howard on the May 7th, and she's going to have a degree in education. And she already has jobs lined up.
Okay.
And she told me the best decision she made was to go to an HBCU.
Okay.
They care about you and they treat you well. And she's around a lot of people that she feels comfortable with. But she's not afraid of diversity at all.
Got it. Question. I think we want to take a break to look at some information that you had, another area. We want to put this in the format that we're setting up.
Okay.
I'm LaShawn K. Ford. I fought for many years in the Illinois House, serving our community and delivering real results. I know how to fight to protect our democracy and the people's rights.
Shawn Ford is ready to serve in Congress. He has the experience, the judgment, my trust, and the heart this district needs.
Because experience matters now more than ever. I respectfully ask for your vote in the Democratic primary during early voting or on Election Day, March 17th.
People, they give me a lot of hard time about the quality of the commercial. Well, I mean, this is a grassroots effort. It's a campaign that's funded by the people, powered by the people, and we don't have a lot of money to have major productions, where some people are getting their commercials produced by APAC-backed organizations and special interests. We are of the people, by the people, and for the people. So our commercials may not be as polished and as beautiful as some, but the substance of me running is real.
Yeah, we're basically trying to bring the truth to the people.
That's right.
And bottom line is, we want a good candidate like you to get out, get the word out, and have people to say, look, tell me if I'm doing something that's wrong, but I'm going to take this to Congress, take this to D.C., and make it happen for the state of Illinois.
I believe that I could do it. I mean, when you look at the work that I've done fighting the deaths of those dying from substance use disorder on the streets of Chicago, I mean, I know the West Side Heroin Opioid Task Force that I founded on the West Side has saved lives. And we have spread it to the South Side. We've done things with people in Proviso and Oak Park. It takes a person that could work with individuals, and I've been able to do that, to pass legislation for sealing of felony records in Illinois. People all over Illinois, white, black, brown, are so much better off as a result of me working with community-based organizations and passing the sealing law in Illinois to help people re-enter without felonies on their record.
Okay. So question for you, what can black business owners expect to come from your office once you've been elected here? What do they want to expect?
Well, one, my office is open, and nothing for you without you. I mean, I think that you have to know what black business want. We need to know what it is that we should be fighting for together. It's not that I should tell you what I want to give you, but I'm a voice. But what I do know is that there's a lot of business in the 7th Congressional District that if black business owners are ready, then they could get some of that business. Yeah. There's a lot of business for, as a state legislator, I know about IDOT, I know about the tollway, I know about the Department of Corrections, I know about all these other possibilities of contracts with CPS, CPD, Chicago Fire Department. You know, what about Rush Hospital? What about Northwestern Hospital? What about the other medical institutions, University of Chicago? All of these places and the Cook County government are possibilities for black businesses to get contracts. No one becomes a billionaire in America without some form of government help.
That's the way it works in this country. But the real question is with you, if we look at what you're representing right now, the seat that you'll be taking over represents more than just black people. We had a huge Asian population, we had a huge Polish population, we got a total mix of different types of people. And the Hispanic force is definitely at the door saying, hey, come on, what are you gonna do for us?
Yeah, well, when I first started out, I talked about unifying the district. That's one, unifying the 7th Congressional District and bringing all communities together. That's a must. That's how we fight with force and fight together. And so I think that the key is to make sure that every community knows that I'm a voice for them. I'm a fight with them. I'm a fight for them and help them become better prepared for business opportunities. I've done it as a state legislator, and I'll continue to do it as a federal legislator.
What's going to happen next 5-10 years from now after you get elected? Where do you want to see this place be?
I want to see every American have access to health care, fully funded health care, affordable for all. We need that. That must happen for a healthy America. You can't have talk about making sure that everyone has a job and make sure that everyone has access to college if people are not healthy.
Okay.
We need to make sure that our seniors have dignity, and that when our seniors, my mother is 87, and what she lives off of affects me. So I know that if we take care of seniors, we take care of whole family. And so we need to make sure that we lift and expand the Social Security benefits for people that's living in poverty wages. And we need to make sure that they're protected so that they can afford their medicine. There's no reason for a senior to have to worry about paying for their medicine. You know, they have to pay for the medicine. They have to choose between rent, food, medicine. That's not American. And so it would be great if we could make sure that we have a strong health system that includes housing, because I believe that when you talk about healthcare, housing is healthcare. So we have to make sure that that's included in it.
Got it. It's a format right now. We so many different factors right now that impact our lives daily, and we try to pick out pieces to say, how can we help in certain areas that need it the most? Well, right now there's a lot of help that's needed.
It's a lot of help.
I cannot guarantee one thing that can correct all the problems that are out there.
You know, one thing that I know is if we have strong physical and mental health, you have a healthier society and a better chance at fighting for real solutions. Because when you have struggles with your mental health, and that causes confusion in fights, you know, and there's going to be people that we have to make sure that they have access to physical and mental health. I mean, if I'm hungry, I can't be a part of the Army. If I have a medical condition, I can't be a part of the fight. If I have a mental or behavioral health problem or drug problem, I can't be a part of the fight. It weakens our fight. And so we have to protect everyone's health in America. That gives us a stronger shot at making a fight for everything that we want for our democracy.
Got it. We got a break real quick. Why don't I put in some more items about you?
All right. That's a good idea.
Oh.
When Donald Trump abuses his power and the Republicans in Congress fail to hold him accountable, families here paid the price. This administration weakened protections, drove up healthcare costs, and left working people and seniors exposed. I've spent my career standing up for accountability and access, and I won't stop now. I'm running for Congress to defend the 7th Congressional District because your voice deserves a real fighter. I ask for your vote on March 17th.
I mean, like I said, I appreciate the production crew that I used, a community organization that need an opportunity, and so.
It's something that can work.
Yeah.
My question comes back to you though. Future for Shawn Ford. Right now, not going to get married anymore?
Oh no.
Got the wife?
You know, I walk by faith, and so I don't run from what God has in store for me.
Okay.
And so whatever it is that God has in store, I'm ready for it. And I would say that it's important that men, especially black men at the age of 40, know their prostate health. I would encourage every man to get their prostate exam as early as 40. That is a change from the health community. It used to be 55.
Yeah, it's definitely lowered it.
Yeah.
And to do it sooner saves lives.
Yes, early detection saves
Yes.
lives.
And again, it's the knowledge that you want to put out there in the streets. Other format though, I got a lot of folks to say, I don't know this Shawn Ford. Who's he from? Where did he come from? Hey, why is he being promoted here? And why do I want to vote for this guy? Got all these other candidates say, hey, I said, well, right now we got someone who's being supported by the current congressman who's there who says, look, this is my guy.
Well, let me tell you, I know for a fact that I gave up a seat that I fought for in 2006. I actually had a strong real estate business, lots of money in that business to run for office. And I ran to serve the people. And since then, I've passed over 117 bills in Springfield. I actually, every day, I communicate with my constituents with an email. That means for 19 years, every day, regardless to a holiday, I've emailed and sent jobs out to my constituents and communicating with them about legislation. That's something that I've done. I do this not because I want a title. I do this to serve. And that's why I know when I look at the field of people, I'm the only one with a track record of building collaborations to work on tough issues. I have the ability to take with me to Washington people from the state, the county, the city level, where we will fight together to bring resources back for Illinois. What people must understand, the more resources we could bring back from Washington to Illinois' budget, the better off all our communities would be. We need to make sure that Illinois has more resources in the general revenue fund to fund education, higher education, K through 12, Medicaid, and we need to make sure that our local distributive fund is funded. That's the fund that we send to all of our local governments. They need more money going into their budget so that they don't have to raise property taxes.
Got it.
We need to bring more money back from Washington to support Illinois' budget so that we could lower taxes in Illinois.
Just to make things work a bit more efficiently.
Yes.
Now, question: we got staff that you're going to need. Are you going to take over Danny's staff when you take the seat?
Well, I mean, you never talk about measuring curtains, but Danny has a team that I appreciate, and they serve Danny well, and I think that it's very important that the people have a chance to have a fresh leader in there, and that'll be me. Okay. That's the most important person that the buck stops with. Okay. And so I can't measure the drapes before I become the congressman, but yeah, I'm not interested in even thinking that far.
Got it. Well, it's a format right now. We want you to think that far because right now we're going to elect you to this position.
Well, I would tell you that my office will be an extension of what I have now, and that is full service. And we're open 7 days a week in my office because we email. And I would tell you, if you look at the Better Business Bureau, you put we treat it like a business and we take care of people. So our office, what people have to understand about me getting elected to Congress, we will serve the people. It's not just about going to Washington. It's about local, providing real service to people that call our office and having town hall meetings so that we know what people are thinking. So you're going to have a full service, multicultural office that will provide outstanding constituent service.
Got it. I got a call from one group that said, "You're going to be meeting with this guy, Ford? What's he going to do with black farmers?" I said, "I don't know, I can ask him."
Well, you know what? Black farmers should be treated like all the farmers. There's subsidies that Washington should be looking at, making sure that black farmers have access to. And I think that the first thing that we need to do is make sure that we meet with the black farmers so that we know how we can organize to get them in the farm bill better.
I've seen so many reports, I didn't know how many black farmers there were throughout this company. There used to be a huge population, but it's been dwindled to pennies. It's basically minuscule compared to what it used to be. My issue right now, will black farmers survive? I'd say, again, it's going to be a tough battle.
Well, they could survive if we organize for them. I think in America, if you're organized and you're willing to push our democracy to protect your interests, it can happen. Okay. I believe in our democracy. I do believe that our democracy works when we make it work for us.
Got it. The other issue that came across the table, the people on the gay rights. Is that an issue that you have on the table? I think everybody has a right to be able to live in the country. We're not going to chop your heads off. We're not going to say, hey, because of your sexual preference that you cannot exist in this country. Is it an issue?
Well, I tell you, I actually voted for a civil union and gay marriage as a state legislator. The courts have ruled, the Supreme Courts have ruled, it hasn't struck it down. It's the law of the land. And so I support it.
Got it. I told him it's one of those things that's not an easy issue. Certain countries out there, hey, if you're gay or you
Certain African nations.
yeah, you go ahead, your head chopped off.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I had no control, but that's just the way it is. What's going on for youth here? Looking at colleges right now, I had a chance to work with the Chicago Bears. We had a number of young athletes these days. They're now able to make money for basically performing sports and different things that'll go around the place. But we say, hey, how do we make this happen for everybody?
I think it's great that students have an opportunity to earn money. I mean, once again, that's sharing the wealth. I mean, who else would the money go to? It'll stay with the top 1%. If you get some of these young people that actually have a skill and they're using their likeness to make money off of, those families should be able to benefit from that.
And that's something that can happen. Get another break. We had another point for someone that you want to listen to.
I'm LaShawn K. Ford.
That's good.
I'm a small business owner and a former Chicago public school teacher. And for nearly 2 decades, fighting in Springfield, Illinois, I've delivered results, passing over 100 bills into law to strengthen our communities. Proud to be endorsed by Congressman Danny K. Dist. Carry forward his legacy, fighting for health care, protecting Social Security, expanding economic opportunity for all.
That's the issue right now. You're doing a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to find the best way for me to help you. What can I do to say, look, Shawn Ford needs your help? Do we need to get more people out to understand what you're trying to do? Do we need to get out and start walking the street with our signs and say, hey, vote for LaShawn? What is it that we need to do?
You know what? This is helpful. I think that we need to make this interview go viral.
Okay.
This campaign is no different than campaigns that have been victorious. We need to make sure we have people making phone calls, phone banking. We need to make sure that people are going canvassing, making sure that we do the pluses and minuses. We need to make sure that people are passing literature. And you know what else we need? Money.
Okay.
We need money because our record needs to be told broad. And so the more we could tell our story, people will be able to see that we are the campaign to support. There's no comparison in the candidates of people running in this race. I'm running to serve, to listen and deliver like I've done for 19 years. The congressman knows that. When I walk down the street, people know me. They have my cell phone number. I am a public servant. That's why I'm running for office. Some people run for a title. I gave up a seat because I believe that I can really go to Washington and make a difference for the 7th Congressional District. People are spending millions of dollars to run for state rep, and I actually believe in our democracy enough to fight for it and give up a seat that I fought so hard to win.
Yeah, it's one of those things I have to say, do I want to do this? When do I want to do it? Well, I think maybe once my daughter gets out of school,
Yeah.
I might say, hey, I could take some time and focus on that.
You know, that's a good point. That's another thing that's important to note. My daughter, right now there are people in the race that have children and they have to raise their kids. This is a perfect time for me to be totally dedicated to service.
I'm free.
My daughter is grown.
Right.
She's graduating from college. She's already got job opportunities. We only have one daughter. I'm available to serve. You know, I don't have to take her to volleyball, tennis, swimming. I don't have to take her to school.
Right.
You know, and now you, like me, you even have her on the team to make sure that our constituent service goes well. She's already going to be responsible for Gen Zs. We are going to bring the young people into this campaign and uplift them like never before.
Well, that daughter, Z Ann, the Gen Z also,
Yeah.
say, hey, what can I do to help? Like, well, you used to hang out with me when you were younger, but right now you're getting into these old days where you got to get into college. So right now she's saying medical school. I said, well, it's going to cost me a ton of money, but maybe we'll send you over to Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba, it's free. You know, I mean, I think you'll find a way, and I think that you dig deep and you know, spend the money. You know, you Republicans have a lot of money.
Tell me what, I hate to run the bear dry. It's like, oh no, all the money in medical school.
Well, you know, you don't want to have debt, America student debt, and it's good to spend the money on something that's going to benefit not only her, but it's going to benefit a society. Yeah. Imagine her being a doctor, cultural competency that she would bring to the medical field.
Again, people definitely need her services and what she wants to do. She wants to be a doctor.
Oh, a pediatrician.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Hey, you can make this happen.
Yeah.
But question is, what is it that I want to do for me? Well, do I still have that desire to serve?
Oh, forget about it. It ain't about you anymore.
Well, wait a minute. I have the desire. Can't I at least have a future to say I want to run for a seat at some point?
Yes.
But it's a matter of saying exactly what works. How can I help people? Right now, my biggest focus is to feed people, educate people,
See,
house.
Told you it's not about you.
Yeah. Well,
It's about people.
That's something I'd like to do.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of there's different ways I can set this up by being involved with individuals. Say, hey,
Yes.
how can we make this happen? To take the people off the streets, make sure they have a place to stay and food to eat.
That's what America should be about.
Yeah.
And so I am happy that we can have bipartisan efforts where you could bring your Republicans in and we could work together for a better 7th Congressional District and for Illinois and for America. I mean, if we could work together and really get to know one another, then we will be able to vote different. You know, the problem that we have in America is, you know, we don't respect one another because we don't know one another. We don't know our struggles. And we feel that some people are lazy. And that's not the case. Some people just have different challenges.
And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
We have one last break to do also to look at an interesting gentleman who wants to took some power in certain seats in Congress.
From Cabrini Green to the Austin neighborhood, LaShawn K. Ford became a public school teacher, a small business owner, and for nearly 2 decades, a trusted state representative delivering results for working families. He has fought to expand health care, create jobs, protect seniors, and give people a fair chance to succeed. Now, he's ready to bring that same experience and commitment to Congress. Proven leadership, ready on day one.
Make this work.
Ready on day one, we need to make calls, we need to raise money, we need to knock on doors, we need to tell our family, friends, and neighbors to punch 31 to elect LaShawn K. Ford for Congress.
Okay, so I'm going to try to get Omega Psi Phi. They'll say, hey, we're going to go for Ford.
I think the Divine Nine should be with Ford. I appreciate that. See, this is where the divine comes together. I'm a Sigma, and you're going to get the Omegas to come together for this campaign.
I'm telling you, things could happen in America.
Yes, we're going to do it. I tell you though, some of the candidates in this race have a lot of money from special interests. They have a lot of special interest support as well. And so we are a people's campaign, powered by the people. And you could see it in our campaign where some people have lots of special interest endorsements, lots of big money endorsements. It's a difference in our campaign. The only person that we're going to be accountable to will be the people.
Got it. Shawn, tell me, you get elected tomorrow. What's going to happen over this next term in office? What are you going to do in D.C.? What's the main objective that you want to bring out?
Well, health care. there's no doubt that we have to make sure that
Healthcare is one.
we take care of healthcare. We have to lower the cost of living for individuals. We have to make sure our seniors' Social Security is protected, and we have to extend their benefits. It's a must. Senior citizens cannot live on poverty wages and expect for them to live a life full of dignity. I will be fighting for our seniors. I will be fighting for our seniors nonstop as a congressperson. You know, I've been around on tours during this campaign, and I see some of the senior living facilities need renovations. They're living in places with mold. They're living in places with their roof leaking. They're asking for us to make sure that we bring HUD to these buildings and get funding so that their buildings could be renovated so that they have a better quality of life. We will immediately have a task force for our seniors to make sure that they are better respected and protected.
Okay. Got the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce. They said they definitely endorse LaShawn Ford.
Hallelujah.
And I'm saying, hey, I think he's a good guy. So bottom line is, we got thousands of members, part of the Illinois Black Chamber. So I'll be putting the notes out that say, hey, we all want to support what LaShawn's trying to achieve. Put out the information, get the flyers, get the votes going, and let you know that coming up with this election, the Black Chamber of Illinois will definitely be supporting LaShawn Ford.
Thank you very much, and I hope that comes with money.
Well, hey, we already sent you a check.
Right. Thank you very much.
You saying send more? Oh gosh,
yes.
It's a format. You say, where there's some, you got to send more.
That's what I've learned. If you didn't max out, you still have room.
That's always.
See, that's the thing right there. They worry about taking money from special interests like the Black Chamber. I mean, why would I not take contributions from the chamber?
It's something that's available.
Right.
So let's just make it happen.
Yeah.
So you've spent a lot of time talking about you. Is there anything else that you want to put on the table about what's happening with this election?
Well, this election is actually bringing people out. I hope that it brought a lot of candidates out. I hope it brings more people out to vote. I mean, the last election, I think 90 million people did not vote in that election. I hope that people recognize the power of their vote. And when I talk to Danny Davis, we often talk about how that's one day that we're equal in our power, regardless to how much money you have. If you're a billionaire or homeless, your vote is equal that day. And so you should vote your interests. You have to vote your interests. And I think that if people do that, America will be a better place. Everyone must vote their interests.
Got it. Again, we have a interesting group that focuses around the state of Illinois. What we do, we kind of set the model for the rest of the country in certain areas. But right now, I think that you could be helping our current country to say, hey, what does everybody want to see? What do we need to focus on? What do we need to make happen in this country?
You know, we have to, once again, I go back to healthcare. Guess what? You are with the chamber. Do you know, and I know you know, the healthcare subsidy has been eliminated.
Yes.
We must extend that healthcare subsidy in America because small business owners, families depend on it. We have to extend the healthcare subsidy in America for healthcare. That's a must. We could do that easily. And so that helps small businesses in a big way because now if you have to pay health insurance without the subsidy, you might have to lay some people off.
Right.
You may have to cut back on services. You may have to close your business, and that's not good for our economy.
Right.
And so we need healthcare to be strong in America under all circumstances for everyone, businesses and families and seniors. If we could do that, that's good for America.
Okay. You'd mentioned in our earlier conversations that you currently support our current governor.
Yes.
He's going to be up for the re-election format. And right now you said, hey, he's done a good job.
I think he's a liberal governor. I think that he takes a lot of credit for things that that's happened, but I'm a legislator, and when you talk about funding higher education, I chair higher ed appropriations. I actually pass a budget, and the governor gets to sign it. Okay. So I'm happy that we've been able to make college more affordable for individuals with our college scholarships in Illinois. I'm happy that I was able to fund free test prep for people in Illinois. That's me. Okay. I'm happy that I was able to fund mental health support on our college campuses. I'm happy that I've been able to fund substance use treatment. You know, so we're in it together. The governor is good because he don't give us the pushback on protecting the people that need help the most. Good. I think that we have to do more to help communities that I live in, you know, like black communities. That's important that we bring some equity in those communities and support black businesses so that we can see those communities change. You remember, I mean, you know, I did a lot of work on the cannabis. Right. I'm the one that actually wrote the bill to make sure that we got equity, some equity in ownership for cannabis. Because of the work that I did with the black and brown coalitions, we now have some black owners in cannabis, black and brown, and women. And the governor would tell you that that's probably, in his mind, the best legislation that I passed in my 19 years, because I will help make millionaires that's black in Illinois. Billionaires that can be generated through the different formats. But right now, we've had some time with you, LaShawn. I hope we hit all the points you wanted to make. And anything else that you want to throw out before we had to go? Well, it's so very important to note that election is March 17th. That's the date. And depending on when you're listening to this, there's a possibility for early voting and mail-in ballots. There's been a major fight to get us to the point where people can actually express themselves at the ballot box. I hope people take advantage of it. And the fact is, if you say that your vote don't count, it doesn't if you don't vote. So make your vote count. That's the way it works. Yeah. At least in this country right now. That's right. Until Donald Trump has some changes. Yeah, you know, he's got some changes that he needs to make, you know, and so God bless America. Oh, it's been one of those interesting times. Yeah. So I'm excited that I had the opportunity to share time with you on the show. And I look forward to our relationship that we will continue to grow. We're going to move forward, and next time we may even bring our favorite buddy, Danny Davis, on with us, because he said, I wanted to be there, but I got to be in D.C. Yeah, he's fighting for our democracy. Yeah, but that's the way it works. Yeah. So Ford, as the congressman, it's important to note that we get sworn in if I win in January, and I start circulating petitions in August. So if they give me a chance, they won't regret it. And if they do, they have a chance immediately to throw me out of office. Oh, because the elections are right around the corner. So I asked for a chance to represent the 7th Congressional District. It's like I get a minute. You get a minute. But that's the way it works. That's politics in America. That's right.
Today, we face a concerning rollback of the hard work that has been won in this country, victories that have strengthened our communities, essential resources including Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, SNAP benefits, child care support, violence prevention programs, and funding to higher education are all under attack.